Oh, okay, where do I start? For this pour, everything that could go wrong did go wrong. So the beginning of my issues was that I purchased this brand off of Amazon, and don't get me wrong, it is a great brand, but I normally work with deep pour resin, and silly me, I forgot to check to make sure this was deep pour resin. So I bought it and I worked with it just like I would any other resin, and wouldn't you know it, it rapid cured. So a rapid cure is when the more resin you have in a pour, the faster it chemically reacts and hardens. So whereas this should have taken around 24 hours to be able to take out of the mold, this was ready to come out of the mold in about 4 hours, which is not good if it wasn't designed to do that. I kept an eye on it. I didn't see any bubbles or cracking, so I thought I was in the clear until I cut the frame off and I realized that out of one of the corners there was still wet resin seeping. I let it sit over the weekend and that resin never dried. It stayed wet the whole time. And more seeped out, but you couldn't really see any imperfections where the flowers were. It was just on that corner. So I was thinking maybe if I sealed the corner with UV resin and let just sort of locked in that wet resin. I wasn't really sure. I was desperate. And I ended up putting it out in the sun, and the sun actually did the trick. It dried it. But now all of a sudden you could see a massive air pocket where all of that resin seeped out. And I didn't want to, I needed to use some sort of resin that would be able to cure if it was really, really thin. And I didn't really have anything on hand, so I did go for it with the UV resin trick. I poured the UV resin into it, and at first it was just sitting at the top, but then I realized if I squeeze it and push some of those air bubbles out that it was starting to actually fill those voids. And wouldn't you know it, by the end, I managed to fill all but that one tiny bubble, that one tiny one I couldn't get. But here we are. We did it.